Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a special monthly video. This is the easiest trophies that came out for the month of June. This month we're looking at six games that came out for the month of June, and they are the 6 easiest platinum trophies that you can earn for that month. Realistically, if you go and play all 6 of these games, it's going to take you about maybe like 2.5 hours, let's say 3 hours to be safe, and you'll be able to earn 6 platinum trophies just like that. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at them. Alrighty guys, before we get onto the list, if you're a new viewer of the channel and you've just discovered this video, then please hit the subscribe button just down here. It helps the channel out enormously if you do, and I make videos like this all the time. Every month I examine the easiest platinum trophies that came out from that month, but I make daily trophy videos, whether it's looking at trophy commentary, PlayStation news. There's so much stuff that we cover on this channel you're not going to want to miss out, so make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you're an existing subscriber as well, then smash that like button. Just go ahead and smash that button right now. It helps the channel out with the algorithm so much. Every one of my videos that gets a ton of likes always perform better than the videos that don't get a lot of likes, so make sure you go and hit that like button for me, please guys. If you're after any more specific information about these games, this is more of a top line, but I do have full trophy maps and guides for each of the games, either in the description down below or somewhere else on the channel that you can go and find. And without further ado, let's get on with the list. Your first easy platinum of this month is Chica and the Castle of Lucio. Chica is a 2D puzzle platformer game where you essentially have to go and pick up a key on each level to unlock the door to then proceed to the next level. There are these closed off isolated level stages, and each level kind of changes the theming. Sometimes there are side-scrolling 2D games, sometimes they're sort of more isometric, like take on 3D games, but they always are changing throughout the game. The big tip in this game is to play the game through on the harder mode difficulty rather than the classic mode. I know it sounds really counterintuitive, but the reason behind this is because the harder mode allows you to gain a checkpoint every time that you progress through a level, whereas the classic mode, there are no checkpoints. So it means if you die, you have to start the entire game again, whereas in the harder mode or try harder mode, you just keep playing from the previous level that you were on. It just creates this weird checkpointing system, which makes the game just enormously easier. So even though it's harder, it's actually easier. The game has 65 stages in total, and to be honest, when I found that out as well, that was enough to scare me off. I put off playing this game for a really long time. It may sound scary, but each stage is really only 30 seconds to a minute long, and I don't think there was a stage in the game that lasted more than that. So despite having a lot of different stages to play, you're still not going to spend a ton of time with the game. This one is a really straightforward platinum. It's a 2 out of 10 difficulty at best, and it's only going to take you around 30 minutes, maybe 35 to 40 minutes total to complete the platinum in this game. There's nothing super challenging here. Next up we have Octonaut. Octonaut is a ocean shoot 'em up type game from publisher East Asia Soft. You play as this octopus flying thing that shoots projectiles out of its nose, and you have to progress through the level like a standard shoot 'em up from left to right. The game honestly reminds me a ton of the old school shoot 'em up games like Platypus, where you're flying the claymation ship from left to right and kind of shooting all the enemies as they come across, and it's essentially that premise. You pick up power-ups as you kill different enemies, and the power-ups assist you along the way. The game's only going to take you around 30 minutes to an hour to complete, depending on your skill level with these shoot 'em up style games, and realistically it's only going to be about a 2 or a 3 out of 10. In standard fashion with a lot of these platinums, this is a classic don't need to finish the game to earn the platinum, and you only need to play a few levels in the game to unlock the platinum itself. Realistically, you only need to play through to the end of chapter 6 where you defeat a particular boss in the game, and that's all you have to do to get the platinum essentially. The most time-consuming part of this game will be grinding the collectible gems. I think they're called crystals or diamonds or whatever in the game. You'll need to collect a certain number of each color of these gems, as well as a cumulative total number of these gems, which just does take a bit of time. They are plentiful, they're not hard to find or anything like that. It's just you do need a heap of them, and you're probably not going to come across them. I found that this was the last trophy I earned in the game when I played it, and it was just grinding a little bit for a couple of levels after I'd finished everything else in the game in terms of my progression mission trophies. So while it is the most time consuming thing, given you're only going to be spending 30 minutes to an hour with the game, it's not super time consuming. And don't forget, I actually have a full trophy roadmap and guide for this game up on the channel as well, and you can check it out in the link in the description down below, or on the channel if you're looking for it at a later time. So randomly we have another nautical based shoot 'em up game this month. This is a Rattlika game called Radio Squid. It's a rhythm based shoot 'em up. Enemies are really less of a threat, and the main enemy in the game is really your own bullets bouncing back at you. The weird thing in this game is that the mechanic is when you shoot in a particular direction, you can't stop shooting, so you just keep shooting an infinite number of bullets in a particular direction, and they bounce back off walls, meaning that you risk hitting yourself while you're playing through the game. You play as a squid, and basically you just got to shoot everything on each of these isolated small square levels. Once you defeat everything in the level, you'll be able to progress through to the next screen, or next stage of the level I should say, where essentially you just do the same thing again on each stage until eventually you get to a boss battle, you defeat the boss, and then you progress to the next level. Boss battles aren't hard, then they're a little bit more time consuming than the standard levels, but there's nothing really of note here in terms of difficulty. The game's going to take you around 30 minutes to complete, and the platinum is a really straightforward 2 out of 10. The game's also got 2 stackable trophy lists for all you stacking trophy hunters out there. Like other Rattlika games, you don't need to complete the entire game to get the platinum in this one. You've only got to finish 12 out of the 24 levels present here too, so you don't even need to finish the entirety of the game. It's kind of weird that we had 2 ocean-based shoot-em-ups come out in the same month from the 2 competing companies though. And the time-consuming ones are out of the way. Now we've got Summer with Shiba Inu. This, I don't even know about this one. Where do I start with Summer with Shiba Inu? It's got a lot of dogs in the game, Shiba Inus, lots of them. Basically everyone in the game is a dog. This is a Rattlika visual novel. And Rattlika have been releasing more and more visual novels lately, and they are just as easy, if not easier, than their standard games that they release. Visual novels inherently have a stigma about them about being easy, so having a Rattlika visual novel just makes it a double whammy of easy. Realistically, the game is only a 1 out of 10, with some manual saves and a guide, so to help you pick all the correct choices along its branching narrative trees. The game will probably only take most people around 30 minutes at most. The trick with this game is setting the text to an auto text speed to the absolute maximum. This will allow you to fast forward through the entirety of the game. You don't have to watch any of the cutscenes or read any of the dialogue, and you just hold down the R1 button once you've set these 2 speed settings at the fastest speed possible to blitz through the game. The game's also got 3 trophy stacks like a lot of other Rattlika titles do, so if you're into stacking easy, quick platinum trophies, then obviously this game is for you. Cheap and fast. The next game we're going to talk about is another Rattlika visual novel that came out this month as well. This is Strawberry Vinegar. There's not a heck of a lot more to add to this one that I wouldn't have already talked about in Summer with Shiba Inu. It's a visual novel by Rattlika. It has the same sort of exploits in it that Summer with Shiba Inu does as well, using a speedy text speed trick, the same as in Shiba Inu. You can skip through all of the dialogue trees. All you've got to do is hit the options menu and increase the text speed and dialogue speeds in this game as well before you start. The game's also going to take you around 25 to 30 minutes, same as the previous one. That's if you use a guide and you skip everything, as well as using a few crafty manual saves. And the game's only a 1 out of 10. It can't be any more than that when you're following a step-by-step text guide or video guide on how to complete a visual novel. Now we're out of visual novel territory. The last game on the list is Pity Pit. This is a Dig Dug style game, not only in game but also in its style. You play as Pity, or maybe it's Pit, on his quest to dig a really deep hole. And while you're digging, you got to collect as much minerals and money and materials as possible, all while dodging a variety of enemies who live underground. At least I assume that's what the game's kind of about. There's not really a ton of story that I found in the 15 minutes that I played it. Yeah, I don't think there was much to this one. Pity Pit is a simple 2 out of 10. It's only going to take you anywhere between 15 to 25 minutes to complete. It's by far the easiest game that came out this month. And there's really not a lot more to this one. If you're into stacks, then there are 4 of those to be earned as well. And it makes it even more sweeter if you purchase this one and complete it. It's really, really simple. The trophy list consists of tiers of trophies, all all building into a singular goal. So killing X number of enemies, and there's 3 of those kind of trophies, or bringing back X number of blocks, or earning X number of upgrades, and you sort of have 3 stacks or 3 tiers of those trophies going into one another. So basically just load up the game and play it for 15 to 20 minutes and you'll probably unlock everything there is to it. The game supposedly has a lot of content, but you only actually have to play the first level and just keep repeating it, either collecting things, killing things, or upgrading things. And once you've done all of that, you'll earn the platinum trophy, and then you could potentially go and earn 4 more of those platinum trophies with the stacks as well. That is my list. Those are the 6 easiest platinum trophies that came out for the month of June 2020. It's a pretty crazy month. Those are really easy. I feel like the easy trophies are more and more common these days. It used to be like 1 a month or 1 every couple of months. Now there's almost 1 a week. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit disheartened by it. I do like the easy platinums. You guys know I'm a fan of them, but I'm not a fan of them every single week. And I'm even finding it hard to be able to play all these and cover them each week on the channel. Hence why you probably don't see roadmaps for all of them, because sometimes I'm just not interested in playing them. So I'm struggling to balance playing these easy platinums along with the good, really high quality AAA games that I enjoy playing as well, or the indie games that I enjoy playing as well, and I'm trying to find a middle ground where I can cover both on the channel. I think it's kind of working, but it means that there are some videos that I just can't get done. If you want to see any of the roadmaps for the games I mentioned in this video though, I do have roadmaps for them up on the channel. They should be in the description down below if I remembered to put them in. If I haven't though, they are on the roadmaps playlist on the channel, or you can just search through the videos on the channel and they'll give you a full breakdown on what you need to do to platinum those games. So I highly suggest checking those out. Now, tomorrow I'll have another video coming out. You know I like to do the best platinums that came out each month as well. I'll have the 5 best platinums that came out for the month of June 2020 tomorrow on the channel, and you'll be able to check that out. And later in the week, we have some Iron Man videos coming out as well. So stay tuned for those. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please give the video a thumbs up. Like I said at the top, it helps the channel out enormously. And if you're new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's video for the 5 best platinums that came out in the month of June 2020. Spoiler alert, I'm sure you guys know at least one of the games that's going to be on that list. Have a good evening, guys. Bye.